This video is for race drivers who want to get paid to race. You want to go professional. You're fed up of paying each season, trying to find sponsors, getting them together, knocking on teams' doors. Come on, give me a drive. And they go, yeah, we'll give you a drive if you give us this much money. If you're fed up of that and you're thinking, right, it's time now that I get paid, I go pro, then I put this video together for you because, to be honest, if you're not being paid to race, are you really a race driver? Okay, you're somebody who pays to get on the grid. You're somebody who won't be on the grid if they don't bring money. That's not really a race driver. That's just somebody who pays to race cars and enters championships. It's a bit of a hobby. Even though it's all you do in life, if you're the one that's bringing the money and the moolah to get onto that grid, I'm afraid you're not professional. You're not really a race driver. You're just a trainee race driver. So the ultimate goal is obviously to be paid to race, so you can pay your bills, you can live your life, six-figure numbers, wage each year to do something that you absolutely love. That's got to be what heaven is, right? To most of you drivers out there and people who are wishing to be race drivers. Well, today I want to talk about that, obviously, and bring it down to the core business of motorsport and how you as an individual must play the business game if you want to get paid. It's just like anything else in life. I want you to see you as pretty much the fastest type of entrepreneur. You're an entrepreneur on wheels. And I want you to see yourself, you're a race entrepreneur. I want you to see yourself like that, because as soon as you do, you start to design things differently. You work on a different area of your driving or your career to ensure that you stand a good chance of getting employed by a manufacturer or a professional race team or a sponsor even. A sponsor is still employing a driver in a roundabout way to do what they love. And you've got to attract all these people. You've got to sell to them. So the top tips that I'm sharing with you today will hopefully bring your attention to the things you should be doing to stand a better chance to go pro. Here they are. Oh, before we do the tips, I want you to just change your mindset right now. Take out the race driver mindset, the brain of the racing brain of the driver, and bring in the race entrepreneur brain so you can see things from the right perspective. Here we are. Tip number one is a question. How good is the product? Now you can see why I wanted you to take your racing brain out and put your business one in, your race entrepreneur mind in, because I want you to see yourself as a product. So you're going into the market, no matter what market industry it is, you've got to make sure that that product answers the problems, helps the customers overcome their challenges that they're having, give them something they want in life in an efficient way. It's really one of the best answers for what they've got in a certain area of their life. Okay, so if they want to wash their hair, they're going to look for shampoo. They're going to look for a shampoo that actually fits their kind of hair, or maybe they've got dandruff. I'm going to go and buy dandruff shampoo. They'll try and get the best for what money they can get. You think, I don't want to pay super expensive. So people are always looking for products that answer their problems, that give them solutions. The industry is going to look at you as a driver in exactly the same way. They probably want to win. They probably want to sell more cars if it's a manufacturer. So they look for drivers that they could put their badge on that will help them do that they could employ to make sure their car is near the front of the grid, or they can help develop that car, or they've just got a good image, which we'll talk about later, that helps them sell more cars. They've got reach. You have got to think, how good am I at the moment as a product in the industry? Am I the best? Have I got the results? Is my speed there? Am I consistent? Is my behavior good enough for me to be employed? My work ethic. You've got to make sure that you're a good product and one of the best if you want to get paid. So first off, how has it been as you look back on the season? If this is the end of the season right now and you think, right, have I been a good product? Have I really shown people that I can compete at the front? It doesn't matter about your potential, what you could do, what you might be able to do one day if you get better. How were you this season just gone, or so far through this season? Have I demonstrated that I'm one of the best products out there? Pretend it's just a load of products racing around a track. Each driver is a product. Have I proven to the industry and to the people that matter, the ones I want to sell to one day, that I'm worth investing in? And be quite cold about it. Take a few steps back from your perspective you've got right now. Look at the season as a whole and think, right, did I achieve it? Has my market value gone up? Are people knocking on the door? And believe me, when you're winning championships, people don't always knock on the door, but have you done what you can to prove that you're a viable product for people to invest in? If not, time to get to work, time to design your training over winter and make sure you improve and get into a better car, maybe a better team to improve things on all levels, racing, competitiveness of the car, how you are, your consistency, your mindset, the whole lot, to go towards next year and make sure that I do improve myself as a product so people will look at me in a different way. However, if you have got the product, you've proven it, you've just broken all the records, you've shown that you're the best, then at least you know the product's in place. But if you haven't, it's time to get to work. Okay, number 2. Another question, what's your brand like? Your reputation, the position in the market that you are right now. How do people see you? How do they judge you? If I was to ask somebody about you now, whether it's in your team or in the paddock that you're racing in, what will they tell me about you? Honestly, this is a front running driver. This is someone who gets on with everybody. They get the best out of the car. They drive their team. They motivate their team. They're such a good person to have in the team, because if it weren't for them, we wouldn't be anywhere near where we are now in the championship. Is that your rep? Or are people saying, he or she, they're a bit invisible. I don't really know, they're mid-pack, they're all right. I don't really like them. They've got a bad attitude. They don't work, they're lazy. These are all really important things, because before a manufacturer or sponsor or a junior program will knock on your door or call you up, they will ask people about you. And they believe what they see as well, right? So they take a quick snapshot of you as an individual, as a competitor, as a product, and they make their judgment and they pretty much give you that rep. That's your brand. I want you to know yours and get very honest about it. Ask people, where's my position in this sport? How am I seen? What's my social media look like? Is it really powerful? Am I reaching loads of people? Is it just me going out, having fun? Look at all these photos or videos. Is it me just on holiday with a few racing shots? And I haven't got really the kind of brand where a German manufacturer, say, would put their badge on me and feel proud. If not, then you've got to change that. You've got to make sure your online presence is professional and somebody that they will want to employ. You got to make sure your work ethic and your attitude at the track drives people and makes people want to help you. You got to make sure, obviously, like we said before, the product is good. If you're hitting all these, ticking all these boxes, this year, obviously brilliant, keep it going. Next year, if you're not, next year you better get working. You better increase all these areas if you're going to stand even the slightest chance of a manufacturer paying you their dollars, pounds, euros to race their car. They need drivers to help them. Are you that person? If not, build that person. And after that, number 3, what's your marketing like? Are you out there? So you got the product, you've got, obviously the brand is good, but are you pushing the marketing? Is your social media what it should be, like we've already said? And is it reaching enough people? Are you talking to race teams? Are you getting your name, your brand out there, showing them your product? Are you networking? Or are you spending too much time at home, in your room, just on the sim, in the gym, pretty invisible, not talking to people, not selling yourself? Which one are you on that spectrum? Because if you are achieving pretty good results on track, you think your brand's okay, but you're not pushing it forward out there into the world for people to see it, you're just going to be the best kept secret. No one's going to see you. They don't look into the results deep enough. Manufacturers don't, talent scouts don't. They don't talk to teams really if you're not peacocking. You've got to make sure that your marketing is good. And again, just think of the business world. If you've got like an iPhone, good product, the brand is very well placed as being, the top quality stuff. That's what Steve Jobs really pushed. And then the marketing's really clever. Remember the adverts they used to come up with? How he was all over social media as well when he was alive. It's all there. Same for you as a race driver. Look at all these areas of your company, your enterprise, your race enterprise, and understand, how is my marketing? Am I putting myself out there to the people that I want the attention of? If not, come on. Number 4, can you sell? So if you've got the product, you've got the brand, and you've got the marketing, how about the one-to-one selling? How about when you're sat in front of a team boss and you've got to win them over? What's that like? What's your confidence like at looking people in the eye and selling them and telling them, selling yourself, selling that product that you've got to say that this is the best thing they can do for their team or their manufacturer in the coming season? I've proven that I'm good. I've proven that my brand is good in the industry, so you putting that badge on me is just going to be a good thing, and I'm going to work my tail off for you. How are you at doing that, just saying that? Can you imagine if you just said that and you had the results that backed it up? Okay, some people go, you're a bit obnoxious, but I think it's just refreshing to have a driver that is like an entrepreneur that goes out there and says, look, I've got the quality and I want to race for your team. You say that to enough team bosses that could pay for you, or manufacturers or junior programs, one of them will say yes, or they'll give you a shot. So if you're not that confident talking to people, you're not that confident at picking up the phone, even writing an email to somebody, or going into a team, and you've got to sell your own team as well to keep you on maybe for next year. If you're not good at that, then get good. If it's not natural to you, you're an introvert, I'm afraid you're just going to have to push past that and make sure that you do communicate to people on their level and communicate your value to them. It doesn't have to be done in an elaborate way, just a direct way. So they look into your eyes and you go, you know what? I've got faith in you. You've convinced me. Get to work on this. It's more of a people sport than you think. The reputation's big, so people can see how good you are. But it's when they meet you, they're like, you know what? I've got a good feeling about this guy or this gal. Not just this quiet person who can't talk to me and goes red in the face and just looks down. That's not the kind of person that can carry their badge. You've got to be a salesperson and convince them that you're the person for the job. Like a job interview, really. You've got to make sure you pull that off. So get good at sales, research sales, talk to people, push yourself out of the comfort zone. So just talk to people, even down the street. You go into the street, you're catching the bus, you're at the cinema, whatever it is, just talk to someone. Hi, how you doing? Or, you're watching something on a sports bar, talk to the person next to you. If you work at race schools, make sure you talk to more of the clients. Just get yourself talking to people and you'll be surprised how that flexes the muscle for communication. And over the course of just a month or two of doing that, the way you talk to people will be so much better, and that helps you sell. So just if you're a bit introverted, like many of us are, get yourself out there, and the more you do it, the more you flex that muscle, and your comfort zone just keeps growing, I promise. But you have to do it. Race drivers are known for their courage. They're warriors. If they can't talk to people, then are you really a warrior? And lastly, how are your partnerships? If you're a company, then you've got partners. You've got suppliers, you've got people that work for you, work with you, staff, people you collaborate with. You need this as well as a race driver. What's your partnerships like? Have you got a manager that's helping you, working their fingers to the bone, and they're not ripping you off? So that's your partnership. They're out there also selling your name and your product. Have you got a good sponsorship finder? That'd be amazing, but difficult to find. You got a PR company? Have you got accountants helping you? Have you got like a lawyer or a solicitor looking at your contracts? People that you might pay or you might have sponsorship deals with that are just helping you improve your product and improve everything about your career. And so that's, fitness trainer, coach, all these people. Have you got the right people helping you? And also sponsorship. They are part of the partnerships bracket. Have you got enough sponsors to help you move forward? Maybe they're opening doors for you. Maybe you just got loads of small sponsors, but you know that if you do a really good job, they'll put more money in next year. And actually they know so many more people that would want to be a part of this and put their sticker on your car and have a sponsorship package with you as well. So we need to make sure that you're not only selling to people that can give you the shot, but you're bringing people in your personal team as partners and pretty much staff that are helping you get your goal, and you're driving them. And you don't have to pay for them all, obviously, especially sponsors, that'd be great. If you're paying them, it's a completely opposite way. But you're just bringing people on board. And remember, again, it's people power. So if you've got a force of people around you, your own team, your own career team, pushing you forward, you're going to stand a much better chance. And honestly, a lot of opportunities come from the people you know and the people they know, the connections. So if you're networking as well and you've got all these people help, say if you've got 4 people helping you push towards your career and they're bringing different skill sets to you and your whole pursuit of being a professional race driver, you stand so much more chance. So get people on board. Make sure you're nurturing and looking for these partnerships and sponsorship, of course. So as an overview, if your product, your brand, your marketing, your sales and your partnerships are all in place, then you're looking good. Just keep doing what you're doing. But if not, look at these 5 areas and build a plan of how you're going to improve every single one of them over this coming week and the next week and the next week. Just incrementally, I just want to get better in all these areas. So when it gets to like 6 months down the road or the start of next season, I'm firing on all cylinders and that championship campaign is going to be so much more successful. And if I can just get the results, I've got the wheels spinning in the career that should help me create a career and just get the attention of people who can pay me.